Hey, Nite here. In the last episode, we checked on some members of the Fighters Guild who finished preventing worm cultists from summoning a dark anchor. If you remember, the worm cult were the ones who jumped us and brought us to Manamarco so he could sacrifice us to Moloch Ball. Stopping the anchor caused a Dremora to appear and threaten one of the members named Merrick, saying that his soul would fill the Mortem Vivicus. Not sure what that is yet, but no doubt we'll investigate that in the future. Finally, we returned to Cold Harbor and rescued Lyris Titanborn. We also met visions of the other companions, Abnar Tharn and Sai Sahan. It seems Sai is being tortured for info on the location of the Amulet of Kings, so it looks like we're going to have to rescue him as well. Alright. Hopefully, if you've been watching these, you saw that the last episode I reworked the recording setup, so hopefully the audio is better. As I was recording it, it seemed like the audio was better, at least to me. Now you just need to work on my commentary. I have a tendency to pause in between sentences or pause during sentences, which is not how I normally talk. It's just, I'm still getting used to just talking into a microphone. So if you forgive me for that. Okay. So here's some flax. I'm still trying to collect reagents to finish that. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm collecting reagents to finish that certification. I think that luminous... I'm not sure what it was called. Luminous Rusula is definitely one of the reagents that I need. So that's good. What I might do is just run around this little area right here, see if I can find some of these reagents, and then come back when I have them. Because I'm not going to go anywhere we haven't been yet. I'm just going to run in this little area right here between Daggerfall and this cave where the prophet is. So just along here where we've been before. Just on the outer walls of Daggerfall.
There you are, Vestige. Come to the harborage. We must speak.
Alright, so there was the prophet, and it looks like he has another task for us. It might be saving Sai Sahan, who we saw in the last episode being tortured, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah. Alright. I'll be right back when I found some more reagents. I'm back. I found some of the reagents we might need to be able to fill this alchemist certification. You saw me pick a luminous Rusella, and I found a water hyacinth. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I think that can make the thing I need, the potion I need.
Hear ye, hear ye.
So let's see if that works. Here's the solvent. Here's the reagents. Let's craft. Sig of Health. There we go. We crafted what we needed. Let's talk to Danelle and get this certification done.
Blend the solvent's purity with the reagent's traits. Return to me when you've crafted a potion.
Yep, the ingredients were a good blend. I have the potion here.
Your potions have a slight fizz to them, but your skill with admixtures is unquestioned. Far better than my former apprentice. You are now authorized to obtain and fulfill alchemy writs. May your elixirs remain potent and your reagents fresh.
Thank you. Gosh.
You show promise in every discipline I certify. Perhaps you seek to challenge my position as thrice accredited master craftsman. If so, Millenith offers blacksmith, clothier, and woodworking certification. I last saw her at the local fighters guild.
Yeah, I'm not trying to challenge you. I'm just trying to get these certifications. I have a few questions, though.
Certainly. Please specify.
How did you become a master crafter?
Decades ago, before all the trouble, I was a renowned chef in Cyrodiil. I had engaged an exclusive contract to provide the Mages Guild in their travels, providing food and drink that wouldn't spoil when carried through portals.
Okay. How'd you learn enchanting and alchemy?
Broiling fish, forging glyphs, or mixing potions. It's all recipes and ingredients. I proved the theory when I joined the ranks of the Mages Guild. Mastered both crafts within 3 years. Not that I'm bragging.
Not that you're bragging. Well, you go brag. What was I saying? You go brag? I don't know, man. I spent a little more time than I wanted to looking for those reagents around the walls of Daggerfall. But it's done. We can move on from that. Let's see. Here she is, Millenith.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Let's just start with the top. Tell me more about blacksmith certification.
Prove you know your way around a forge and I'll certify you. But you have to commit. I can only train one discipline at a time.
Yep, I want to be certified as a blacksmith.
I want you to craft a simple iron dagger. First you'll mine some iron ore, then refine the ore into iron ingots. You'll use those ingots to make the dagger.
You'll certify me if I make an iron dagger?
Yes. You have to prove you know your way around a blacksmithing station. Those are the rules. For now, bring me an armload of iron ore. Once you're back, you'll refine them into iron ingots.
Tell me where to find the iron ore.
There's a place outside of town which should still have some iron ore veins. Head there and mine it for yourself. Bring me 10 solid chunks of iron ore. If those veins are played out, you'll need to find iron ore on your own.
Alright, I'll return with the ore. Oh, I already have 6. Perfect. Where is this iron? Right down here. Let's get going. Oh man, like I said, I was just going around here in circles looking for those reagents before. It was pretty annoying. First ore, how many do we get? Oh my god, perfect on the first one. We might be able to get through these certifications real quick.
You'd best take care.
Oh god. Where did she go now? Why did she move? Why did she move? It doesn't make any sense for them to move like that. Here's your ore. No, that's not what I wanted.
You're back. I take it you found enough ore?
Yeah, this should be enough.
Refining ore into ingots is a good way to build your muscles. Well, in one arm. Best to switch every now and then. Otherwise, you'll be lopsided.
How do I refine this iron ore?
Bring the iron ore to a blacksmithing station. If you have enough, you can refine them into iron ingots. Really put your back into it. When you have iron ingots, return to me.
What if I don't have enough iron ore? Where do I look for more? Is there anything else I can do to find iron ingots?
If you're in a guild, check the guild stores. They often have raw materials and refined goods for sale. Of course, you can always trade with a friend.
Yeah, if I had any friends. Milena, thanks for rubbing it in, jeez. Let's go to this forge. To begin crafting, blacksmiths must refine raw materials. Collect 10 raw materials such as iron ore, and click on them to assign them to the refinement slot. Press R to refine, press X to clear your selection. Remember, once you've refined enough raw materials, select creation to craft an item or items. Alright. There's my ore, let's refine it. Oh my god. It's so annoying, this inventory. And the only reason my inventory is full is because I have a bunch of armor and weapons that I know you can use for crafting. So that's why I've been holding on to them. What do I want to get rid of? I don't even know. Is that good now? Is that good? Will you let me play the game now? Okay, there is the iron ore. Talk to her again.
Bring some iron ore to a blacksmithing station. You can refine it there to get iron ingots.
That wasn't so bad.
Refining ore into ingots is a good way to build your muscles. Well, in one arm. Best to switch every now and then. Otherwise, you'll be lopsided.
Yeah. You're real funny. I have iron ingots. What needs to be done now?
Go to the blacksmithing station and craft an iron dagger. Nothing fancy. You shouldn't need more than 2 iron ingots. Oh, and you'll need a style material. You can purchase them from any blacksmith, or scavenge them yourself if you're thrifty.
What is a style material?
Every race has a traditional material they work into their weapons and armor. For example, the Imperial style material is nickel. I should know. Every day in the Legion camps, I worked a pile of it.
How do I learn other racial styles?
You can learn how to craft with another race's style material by studying racial motif books. They're quite rare, mostly held by collectors, so watch for them in your travels.
Okay, thank you. Select a weapon or apparel, then choose the type of item or items you wish to craft. Select a material and a style. Yep. Pretty self-explanatory. So where is the dagger? Here's a dagger. There's the iron. And we need to find nickel, a moonstone, or bone. Perfect. Excellent. Nope.
Malak's jabbo.
Didn't want to talk to him.
Stealing.
Does he have nickel? Perfect. Thank you. Guard Grow Rogan? Rogan? You're a real hero for me right now. Yes, I know. Okay, thanks. I got it. Perfect. Hey, Milanith, here's the dagger.
Craft an iron dagger. You'll need some
Yep, I
iron
have it right
ingots
here.
and the trick is the style material, but I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, I figured it out. What more would you have me do?
Next is deconstruction. You learn a lot when you break something into parts, even more so when it's someone else's work. Go deconstruct your dagger, or anything else really, as long as you do it at a blacksmithing station.
How is deconstruction useful to me?
You'll regain some components, of course, but the real trick is to deconstruct another crafter's work. You can learn far more by disassembling someone else's material than your own.
What is deconstruction? I think she just explained it, guy.
It's a fancy way to say take something apart. The term originally came from Altmer poetry critiques. High elves consider their physical crafts to be forms of poetry, so it stuck. You can't know what a sword is, only what it's not, and so forth.
And so forth. Thank you. So let's deconstruct the dagger now. Yep. See, this is why I've been saving him. Because we have these deconstructions. Let me just deconstruct the dagger. No. Clear selections. I just want to get this done. Deconstruct. Hey, guess what? I need inventory space. Deconstruct. I got 1 iron and 1 nickel. Let's talk to Milanith again.
You certainly know your way around a forge. You're a blacksmith, and let none tell you otherwise.
I'm ready to be certified as a blacksmith.
Of course. I'll get you certified right away so you can fulfill blacksmith crafting writs immediately. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Yeah, tell me about woodworking.
A good woodworker sees the final product before cutting the first block of wood. But I can't teach 2 crafts at once. If you commit yourself to the training, I'll certify you.
Certify me as a woodworker.
I want to know if you can craft a maple bow. First, go harvest some rough maple. You'll refine it into sanded maple at a woodworking station. Last, you'll take the sanded maple and turn it into a maple bow.
So you'll certify me if I craft a maple bow?
Absolutely. Bows are challenging to craft. Show me you're up to the challenge and I'll happily certify you. But first, go get me a bundle of rough maple.
Where can I find this rough maple?
There's a place nearby which should have what you need. Collect an armload and return here. If there's not enough, you'll need to search for more.
Yep, I'll return with the maple.
So much to do, so little time. I've got what you need.
Alright, let's see if we can deconstruct. What do I want to deconstruct? But I can't deconstruct because I need inventory. Alright, so I'm just going to have to sell some of this stuff.
Stone. You just
Let's see, what can I sell? There we go. We deconstructed that. What else can we deconstruct? Iron mace, deconstructed. Perfect. What else can we deconstruct? Perfect. Oh. Do I want to deconstruct that? Iron, steel. Look at all the star metal. What's star metal? I have no idea. Forgotten Adventurer's Greaves. Let's go. Perfect. I hate to deconstruct this stuff because it was a reward, but so let's do that. All right. Now let's go do this. Get this done with. How much maple wood did I need? 10? Yeah, 10. That's 4. This is 8. And this should be 10. I know not much has happened in this episode.
Buying, selling, trading.
Here she is. She just moves back and forth.
Look for rough maple in forested areas. Sometimes you'll see logs washed up on beaches.
Yeah, I have the maple right here.
You should avoid cutting a rough maple log with a wasp nest inside. It's rather unpleasant. So are the lotions you'll need for the stings.
What's the next step?
Bring the rough maple to a woodworking station. As long as you have enough, you can refine it into sanded maple. Return to me when you've done that, and we'll talk about crafting a maple bow.
Okay. She's not lying about cutting down wood with like hornet's nests or wasp nests in it.
Messengers from the Lion Guard have brought word that they have begun a quarantine of the city of Camlorn. They assure the king that the plague...
I had to break down some bushes when I was a kid with my grandfather, And there was a wasp nest in there. And I got jacked up. Anyway, enough about exciting stories. Such as being stung by wasps from cutting down bushes. Alright, let's add this wood. Let's refine it. Let's talk to her.
Bring some rough maple to a wood.
It's right here. It was easy.
I prefer to work with maple. It's reliable, plentiful, rarely full of wasps.
I have the sanded maple. What do we do next?
Craft a maple bow at a woodworking station. You'll need sanded maple, also a style material. Scavenge them yourself or buy a style material from a carpenter.
Okay. Let me see what style material I need first. I already had some nickel, so perfect.
Craft a maple bow. Bring some sanded maple to a woodworking station as well as a style material. Carpenters sell them if you can't find any yourself.
I know, I have the bow right here. Don't you see it in my hands?
A good bow will get you far in life. Making good bows will get you farther.
I'm ready for the next step.
Excellent. Now we can talk about deconstruction. You grow as a woodworker when you disassemble your own creations, even more so with someone else's work. Head to a woodworking station and deconstruct your bow, or any other crafted wood.
Yep.
I've seen everything I need to see. You're a fine woodworker with a steady hand.
Okay, certify me.
Certainly. You're more than qualified to fulfill woodworking crafting writs. I'll certify you immediately.
Thank you.
There's only one more certification I can provide. If you need training, I have time.
Yep. How about that clothier certification?
If you convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, you must commit. I can't certify two things at once.
I know. This is the last thing you had. Why? Oh, God.
Show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, you'll collect some raw jute, then return here and refine it. Finally, you'll use refined jute to make the gloves.
So you'll certify me if I make these gloves?
Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I'm happy to certify anyone familiar with a clothing station. Now run forth and bring me a pile of raw jute.
Where do I find this jute?
I spotted some raw jute growing on the outskirts of town. You might as well harvest it yourself. Should that not be enough, you'll have to search elsewhere.
I'll be back. You notice with each of these certifications, it goes from the materials are in front of Daggerfall or in the back of Daggerfall, and we've been going back and forth between those two spots. Every other one. Isn't that convenient? That's 4. Where's that last? Oh, right over here. Millenith. Where are you? Where will she be this time? Is she up here? Yes, she is. Oh my god, back and forth, back and forth. Just stay in one spot. And I know why she's moving, because of the different crafting tables. I get that. I'm just saying, it's pretty funny to me.
Search grassy areas in the wilderness for raw jute. You should find enough.
Yeah, I had the jute right here.
Raw jute is plentiful if you know where to look. Just don't chew on it. It can really do a number on your... Well, just don't chew on it.
Do a number on what? Just tell me. I'll remember that. What should I do next?
Take the raw jute to a clothing station. If you have enough, you can easily refine it. Bring the refined jute to me when you're done, and then you'll make some homespun gloves.
Why can't you just give me the whole rundown of what I gotta do so I don't have to go back and forth?
Before you make the gloves, you need to bring raw jute to a clothing station and refine it.
You're standing right next to me. Don't you see this? What I'm doing? Here it is.
When I'm refining jute, I sing to help pass the time. Not too loud. I don't want to disturb the other clothiers.
Aren't you considerate? What next?
Head to the clothing station and craft a pair of homespun gloves. You shouldn't need much refined jute. Don't forget a style material. You can purchase them from any clothier or scavenge them yourself.
How do I make leather gloves?
You mean half-hide braces? It's a similar process. Skin animals for leather scraps, refine scraps into rawhide, and craft the braces with a style material. But I'm not supposed to say you should kill and skin a pack of wolves. Let's stick to jute.
Let's stick to jute. Do I still need nickel? The rawhide gloves. Do I have nickel? I think I have nickel. Okay.
Craft a pair of homespun
I have the gloves right here.
You know, I'm a master clothier, yet I still own a pair of homespun gloves. They keep my hands warm at night. Sometimes simple is better.
Right. I'm ready for the next step.
Wonderful. Now for deconstruction. There's much to learn from breaking down your own work, even more so with someone else's creation. Head to a clothing station and deconstruct your gloves. Or anything else, really. Just be sure you do it there.
Okay. What else can we deconstruct while we're here? This. This. And this. For now. Okay. Can I deconstruct 2 items? No. Can I deconstruct 1 item? No. Okay. What can I get rid of?
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
Steel and stone.
I really want to keep this stuff or deconstruct it. I really don't want to sell it, but whatever. Sell that and sell. I think I needed 2. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. Finally, here you go.
You're more than capable with needle and thread. I'll be proud to call you my colleague.
Well then, certify me.
Already done. You'll now be able to fulfill clothier crafting writs, and I look forward to seeing more of your work.
Sure you will. Will we ever interact again, Millenith? I don't know.
Truly, I never expected to master 3 crafts.
I have a few questions.
Of course. What do you want to know?
Is there anything else I should know about crafting?
I can explain how to craft stronger items with more materials, tell you about the improvement of existing items, or discuss research and traits.
Tell me more about crafting with more materials.
You can easily create more powerful weapons, armor, and shields. Simply increase the amount of refined material during an item's creation. Of course, each material has its own limits. At some point, it's just waste.
I want to know more about improvement.
You can greatly improve weapons, armor, and shields with certain rare materials. These materials are unique to each craft.
How does a blacksmith improve weapons and heavy armor?
Bring any tempers you find to a blacksmithing station. You can improve the quality of forged weapons or heavy armor. A word of warning: unless you have enough tempers, you can lose your item while improving it. Be sure you know the risks.
What can you tell me about research and traits?
Some weapons, armor, and shields possess rare traits that distinguish them from others. Every kind of item has its own unique set of traits. Once you research a trait, you will always be able to craft an item of that kind with that particular trait.
How do I research an item's trait?
Bring any item with a trait to the appropriate crafting station and research it. You'll lose the item in the process, but you'll learn the trait. The more traits you already know for an item, the longer new traits take to research. Plan accordingly.
I want to know more about improvement.
You can greatly improve weapons, armor, and shields with certain rare materials. These materials are unique to each craft.
Okay, so we already talked about blacksmithing. How would a clothier improve light and medium armor?
If you bring tannins to a clothing station, you can improve the quality of light or medium armor. Be sure you bring enough tannins, or you could lose your item instead of improving it. There's always a risk.
Okay, and now I think we just have one more option. How can a woodworker improve bows, staves, and shields?
You'll want to bring resins to a woodworking station and use them to improve the quality of a bow, staff, or shield. But without enough resins, you risk losing the item in the process. Taking a chance can be very expensive if you aren't careful.
I have some other questions.
Of course. What do you want to know?
How'd you become a master crafter?
Fair question. I was an apprentice clothier in the Imperial City, but my old fusspot of a master had no plans to retire. So I joined the 7th Legion's baggage train. Years of mending battle mage armor helped me perfect my craft.
How did you learn blacksmithing and woodworking?
Armies need all kinds of weapons and armor. You learn to pick up a few skills along the way. Also, enemies who capture the baggage train are far more likely to ransom an exceptionally talented crafter. 4 times for me. Don't plan on a 5th.
How exciting. Alright, so we learned all these certifications in Daggerfall. So let's see what research. Two available. Takes 6 hours. Wow. Takes 6 hours. Okay. So what do we want to... researchable? Well fitted or divines? I think well fitted would be more useful right now. Let's see, research trait from Rulorn's silken garb. Cancel. What do we do with this? Linen jerkin of stamina. So divines increases Mundus Stone effects. What's a Mundus Stone? Cancel. Wait, I want to see what this compares to. Okay, so this has more stamina than what we have now, but it's light armor. And that's what it looks like. Do I want to keep the heavy armor on just so I can level up heavy armor? What is the smuggler's vest? This is medium armor. And this is what we had on. All right, so these pants add more stamina, but they have less armor and they're light. Our pants are heavy. Okay, whatever. Let me just start this research. Let's research it. Now, can I research multiple things from multiple traits? I'm not multiple traits, multiple certifications. I can learn that from the axe. Decisive. Sharpened. Jakarn's machete. What else can we... Tasgol's axe. Okay, what do I want to research? Decisive. When you gain ultimate, you have 21% chance to gain one additional ultimate. Increases physical and spell penetration. Sure, let's learn it. And, what else? This was blacksmithing. This was clothing. I don't think there was anything else in here. So let's head down to the other crafting spot and see what else we can research.
What?
What can we research here? Anything? Naramo staff. Research it. Okay. That's everything we can research. Okay. So, not really an exciting episode, but a necessary one for the advancement of our character, for the advancement of our crafting abilities, which hopefully we use down the line for crafting some good stuff. But I'm going to pause it right here. Let me pause it right in front of this entrance. I'm going to pause it right here. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Hopefully the audio improvement is on the right direction, in a positive direction. Because, like I said, I reworked everything to make it to what I think is better, but you never know. If you've enjoyed adventuring with me, I hope you come back. Because now that we got some of the mundane stuff done with this certification, we can get back to doing other quests. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one. See ya.